morning. Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV. It's Tuesday.
It is.
October 2nd.
That's correct.
It is.
We're doing a debate
Okay, my
tonight.
job's done.
Goodbye. We're doing a debate tonight.
Yes? Holy moly. The mayoral debate. It's going to be really interesting.
At Superior Heights, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock till 9:30, or
Live.
8:30, sorry. Live. And you know what? There's like 150 seats in the auditorium, so come and check it out. Come and watch. And,
I think they're going to be taking some questions from the audience at some point.
Yes, and they're also looking forward to this being almost like a town hall, from what I can understand, because the candidates will actually be mic'd, but they'll be wireless, so they're going to be told wander around, be very casual and stuff. So it's going to be interesting, and we're going to get questions from the Sioux Ratepayers Association because we're partnering up with them, and it should be good.
You're the moderator.
I'm the moderator.
I don't know what I am.
You're the questioner or moderator.
I'm going to tap dance.
No, you're too smart for that.
Oh, you're nice. Thanks for saying I'm smart.
You are smart.
I'm learning so much stuff.
Yeah? Are
In
you?
this job.
Yeah.
I never paid attention.
Well, you got to keep up, right?
Quebec politics. Mm-hmm. I never really.
The dairy farmers are mad.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they're in a bad mood.
Oh, that's better.
I'm sorry.
That was better, bad.
Okay, so they had their provincial elections in Quebec.
Yes.
And the Coalition Avenir Québec.
Coalition Avenir Québec.
They won.
Oh, good.
Well, I don't know. Well,
I don't
okay,
know.
so François Legault is the leader of the party. They got a majority government, Lou.
Wow.
The Liberals collapsed. They said the Liberals didn't get to the polls. No, and the PQ lost their official party status. The Parti Québécois is no longer an official party status in Quebec. Here's
that. You know what? That's huge because the PQ have been trying to come back and have been just kind of getting in.
They
and
didn't
so
get the percentage of points or whatever they need to, or the number of seats.
Do you remember in the 70s, like late 70s, 80s, the PQ?
They were like were they the separation party?
Boom. Yeah, they were like on
they
the
were like
way
a
out of
threat.
the
They were
country.
like a threat to
sovereignty.
The separation. Yeah. Okay, but here you go. Are you ready for the platform that the Coalition Avenir Québec ran on?
What?
You're not gonna like this. Decrease immigration.
Really?
Yeah, by 10,000 people.
Wait.
And expel immigrants who failed to learn French in 3 years.
Oh my, a little elitist there.
Number 2, a la Doug Ford, they want to reduce Montreal City Council, like he did to Toronto.
Right.
Number 3, they want to raise the cannabis age, the legal age for cannabis in Quebec to 21.
As opposed to
18 in some provinces, 19 in a couple of others. Make it 21. I agree with that one.
I don't disagree with that one.
Only because of all the medical stuff that says the human brain doesn't mature until it's 25. Develop until 25. And so the longer you can offset using anything that could affect the brain.
I think so.
Okay, so, yeah. $10 billion in infrastructure and transit changes. Okay, that's a good
awesome.
thing.
That's awesome.
And number 5, the secular charter. They want to ban state employees from wearing conspicuous religious symbols while at work. And if anybody tries to bring up the Charter of Rights, he will use the notwithstanding clause to supersede it.
They're very...
they want to separate church from state, right?
The Quebecers in general are very much against hijabs and wearing turbans and.
Does that mean also crucifixes and yarmulkes?
Well, see, that's
Would a
the
yarmulke
thing.
be a?
Yes.
If you go to work, you can't wear a yarmulke?
No. But then like you said, then you can't wear crucifixes either, right?
Right. And now, then I guess it gets conspicuous religious symbols. See, this is where it just gets, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell somebody they can't wear a... Well, I do believe that separation of church and state, but then like the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, I don't know. It's very confusing.
Yeah,
Government
it's a very
hurts my head.
confusing thing.
Government hurts my brain.
And what was the first one you said?
The first one was the big one, was decrease immigration from 50,000 to 40,000, and if you don't learn French in the first 3 years, you're out.
They're very secular.
What about the
province
people
of Quebec? You know what? They're very, and they I think it's awesome that they're proud of their heritage and stuff. But
could you imagine if someone
forcing somebody to learn English?
Well, so what would we say if somebody came to Ontario and we said, if you don't learn English in 3 months, you're out? What about we have Italians living in Sault Ste. Marie who still speak their first language, which is Italian or whatever, in their homes.
Yes.
There are some I know some senior Italian people whose English, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a reason to kick somebody out of a country because you can't speak a language.
You know what? I just, I feel like it's too much of a personal thing because it's not about, is this person contributing to the community and paying taxes and, being viable.
I got one of your hairs. Do you want it back?
No, I'm good. I got lots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shedding on me.
Good. Yes.
What do you got? Some interesting stuff you want to talk about.
USMCA.
What USMCA?
The old NAFTA is now the USMCA.
What does that stand for? United States, Mexico, Canada Agreement.
And I think we should have got top billing because we're the second traders with US, not Mexico. Mexico's third. So I think it should have been the USCAM. Plus it would have been USCAM, right? So then you could call it something.
Why don't we put them last to go? CAMA. Anyway.
Yeah. So again, the dairy farmers are kept.
He really likes renaming things, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, because it's all his idea. And this is much more elegant. What?
USMCA. It sounds like a university.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? USMCA. Where'd you go?
Rah, is this booba? Yeah. So.
So the dairy farmers.
The dairy farmers are ticked
in Canada.
off. Yeah. But the auto industry people are thrilled.
But the tariffs haven't been lifted.
No, the tariffs for the steel industry and aluminum still haven't been. They're saying that is a subject that will be revisited.
But there's nothing additional.
There's nothing additional in the agreement at this point. And to me, in my mind, I mean, obviously, we're a steel plant town, but that's a big deal. Myself.
Okay. We have dairy farmers, too.
Yes. But you know what? To be the devil's advocate,
let's talk to Sandra Holmberg. Isn't that her name? Sandy Holmberg? We should get her on the show and talk about dairy farmers because that's what she does.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say, though, listening to Trump, yes, I listened to him. He was making a point about the steel industry in the States and how, as the leader of this country, he's trying to grow the steel industry. And as he put it in that one comment, I actually understood what he meant.
Okay.
It's like Prime Minister Trudeau, like when the USMCA was first announced yesterday, Trump came up and said, a reporter asked him, we heard that there was some friction between you and Trudeau and you were such good friends. And he said, well, it got a bit tense and stuff, but he said he loves his people.
He said the problem is, what he said was, the problem is that Justin, and he calls him Justin.
Justin, like as if
does he call Prime Minister May Teresa? Does he do that with all the leaders?
No, he calls her Terry.
Oh my gosh. He's too much.
Yeah, he's very
So
familiar.
he calls him Justin and he says, the problem with Justin is that he loves his people too much.
Yeah.
And he wants to make them happy.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, so why is that
It's a problem that our Prime Minister cares too much for our country and his constituents that he wants the best for them.
Yeah,
that's a problem as far as Trump is concerned.
And you know what? Speaking of Mr.
Bad
Trump,
leader to care about a country and its people.
Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump.
The USMCA little press conference he had yesterday.
When he spoke to the reporter.
When he was, calling out reporters, he was talking about trade because he's talking about the new NAFTA agreement. So one of the female reporters in the back of the group got up and started asking about Kavanaugh. And he said, what does that have to do with trade? That has nothing to do with trade. We're not talking about that. Sit down. That's enough. That's enough for you. That's enough for you.
That's the same reporter who, when he called upon her from NBC or ABC, anyway, he called upon her and there was no microphone. So she was reaching for a microphone and she put her hands up like this.
Yeah.
And he thought she looked startled. Oh, look at her. She's shocked.
She's shocked
that I called on her. And her reply was, as she turned around, no, I'm not. Thank you, Mr. President. In other words, I'm not shocked. I'm reaching for a microphone. No, I'm not. Thank you, Mr. President.
Because there was a handheld going around.
But what he heard, I think, was, no, I'm not thinking, Mr. President. Then he said to her, no, I know you're not thinking. You never do.
As a journalist, I would have.
Now, maybe he heard I'm not thinking, then you would say, no, that's okay. It's all right. You have your microphone now. Ask the question.
But you know what?
His mean nature, that streak of his that always puts people down, makes him say, I know you're not thinking. You never do. And she just said, excuse me?
But you know what? Even him calling her on the fact that, oh, look at her. She looks shocked.
Yes.
It's almost like he's setting her up.
Yes.
To be bullied. Oh, look at her. She's so
look at her.
She's
shocked.
so small.
Yeah. Oh, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But then,
as a professional person, I have never seen anything like that by a leader of a country. But we all know that he doesn't want the press to have a voice because they tell the truth.
She says, excuse me?
Yeah.
And his reply to that is, no, it's okay. No, and you were saying she was in professional mode right then. So she just plowed on with her question. She didn't. For me, I replayed this scene in my mind. I was so angry about this last night. I was playing her in my mind of what I would say to him in that moment, and I would have said, no, it's not okay, and it's not your place to dismiss the fact that you just insulted and bullied me.
Yeah.
You don't. When you hurt somebody's feelings and then you call them on it, or when you insult somebody and they call you on it, you don't get to say it's okay.
Then you dismiss them.
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay. But then nobody else, and like I said, she was in a professional mode because my first thought was like, my stomach just went, oof. I thought to myself, boy, I would definitely have followed up with, no, it's not okay, Mr. President. But she had already been told, that's enough. She'd already been poo-pooed, so.
I wonder if Justin Bieber's going to move home now because of all of this. He's back in Stratford again.
Is he living there? No.
Well, no, but he's been there. He's been there a couple times, and now he and Haley Baldwin went to the Stratford Museum to look at his exhibit of himself. No, but they hung out with fans. Come on, honey. They hung with fans for 45 minutes, and
that's nice.
And he introduced her as his wife, so we'll see how that.
Ooh, yeah, I've heard rumors they secretly got married.
Yeah. Okay, we got to get going because we have a full show today. So I've got Jamie Boston coming in from Algoma Autism Foundation. And then our first interview is with our very own Alex Parr, who has a brand new show on ONNtv in the evenings.
Awesome.
Yes, so it's called Game On. So stay tuned for that interview with Alex Parr and news from Luann and so much more. We'll be back with more after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim. In the studio right now is someone who's no stranger to ONNtv. It's our very own Alex Parr. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Tim. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you again.
Thanks for joining us on the morning show.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I've been waiting to be on the morning show because I knew an interview with Tim, you're going to carry me the whole way through. It's going to be perfect.
You can do it by yourself. No, listen, Alex, you are starting up a new show. Well, you started already a new program on ONNtv. So something that I think has been sorely lacking in Sault Ste. Marie, and that's sports coverage.
That's why I'm
on television. I mean, we know we've got some great sports coverage with guys like Randy Russin and that sort of thing, but we don't really have anything on television that's dedicated to sports.
Like a visual kind of aspect of it, I guess you're trying to get at that.
Yeah, exactly. And also, you're not just doing sports casting. You're getting in. You're actually throwing yourself into the mix there.
Yeah, I want to do a segment kind of as much as I can where I get out into the community and actually try the sport myself. I never played a lot of sports growing up.
I was going to ask you, no?
No, never grew up. I just loved sports. I love the aspect of it, the competitiveness of it, the fans, the whole 9 yards. So I figure, with me, as clumsy as I am, actually going to do the jiu-jitsu like I did if you caught the episode on Tuesday.
Did you?
Yeah, stuff like that. It'll be funny for the viewer to watch too. And I think it's pretty funny for me to even go back and go, wow, kid, you really got slammed around pretty good there. So
you've done the jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
Anything else coming up that or anything that you aspire to do?
Anything that I aspire to do, skydiving. I think skydiving would make for an excellent episode.
Alex, do we do skydiving in Sault Ste. Marie?
Sault, Michigan, they do.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Right? Because as much as I can go, yeah, I want to do skydiving, I think that would be great. I think I'm just going to be terrified the whole time building up to it, and I feel like that would be kind of funny to watch even that in and of itself.
Would you wear, what do you call that, GoPro?
Oh, absolutely. That would have the best shots ever of me going up in the plane and going, I've made some mistakes in my life.
Do we get to hear you scream?
I mean, usually I edit it, so of course I'm going to have to edit that out.
No, come on. So you weren't a sports player?
No.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. Like I played some beer league softball, some stuff in public school and stuff like that.
Right.
But never anything too much. I've just been a huge fan. Hockey's my favorite sport,
of course. Is it really?
Yeah, of course. We're in Canada.
I know nothing. Tennis and golf. I mean, that was...
Well, we can talk about golf. I mean, FedEx Cup's coming up. They're finishing up this weekend.
See?
Top 30. Tiger's still in the mix. A lot of people are surprised to see that.
You were just standing talking to a gentleman who's he's a phys ed teacher, physical education.
Yeah, he did that here in the Sault, and now he's working with Superior Heights. Jeff Giovanni, I know he's taught a lot of people, and now he's one of the coaches of Team Canada basketball.
You guys were dropping names back and forth. He's a team... What?
Yeah, he came in with the Canada... I got contacts, Tim. Come on. I got contacts.
Because you guys were dropping names like, oh yeah, so and so and so. You knew all the players and stuff.
Well, yeah, Canada basketball is growing immensely now. Now that we're seeing players like Steve Nash, for example, he just made the Hall of Fame, and players like that growing up now are aspiring to be these players. Now we've got a whole new wave of Canadian athletes like Andrew Wiggins. We were talking about Corey Joseph. So Canada's making a big splash in basketball now. So the States, in a few years, they might have some healthy competition.
Alex Parr is really impressing me right now. This is phenomenal. I had no idea you had this kind of knowledge.
Yeah, sports has kind of been my thing. I mean, ever since I was 6, really, the only thing I ever watched on TV was either SportsCenter or Sportsnet, to be honest. So lots of names get stuck in the brain after listening to them for a while.
Okay, so now what? So you talked about basketball and hockey, football.
Football, yeah. I mean, high school football's fully underway.
We're going to cover this, right?
Yes, of course.
See, this is awesome. We haven't had high school coverage, like not on television.
Right, tonight it is Cora versus Superior Heights, and me and Matt Stefano, my compadre there on the show, we'll be down at the field getting some footage, seeing what's going on, and I was there for East-West too. Fans are going crazy. I like to see those kids having a good time there. Put it back on a Friday. Just my 2 cents to put that out there.
Now, what about the when you're going to do these things?
Right.
How do you have those kinds of contacts? I mean, where are you getting these ideas from?
Well, for example, this is going to be a little tidbit. So if anybody's watching Game On next week, they'll have a little sneak peek.
Okay.
For example, Dave Preston, who's in the Guinness Book of World Records for being a pool shooter. He's done competitions and trick shots. He's coming to the Sault. So I fired him off an email. I said, hey, could you show me some stuff? Show me how to do it. I mean, mind you, I'm terrible at pool. Throwback to when I was 11. Went to take a shot. Didn't hold the cue right. Came up, hit me in the face, bloody nose. Didn't play any more pool after that. So this is what I'm saying. It's kind of that aspect of I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to have people that know it so well trying to teach me.
That's the fun part.
And just kind of see what kind of results we get. But yes, back to Dave Preston. He's coming in at the Esquire Club on Friday to show some people some stuff. I said, hey, Dave, do you mind if you could do a quick little interview, show me some stuff? It's like, oh yeah, by all means, come in this time. For sure, Dave. See you then. So Dave, can't wait for that date. I'll see you tomorrow.
So the possibility, I mean, it's just open options all the time. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Right. Well, like, for example, we talked about jiu-jitsu. I just messaged Brent Freya, who's been on for an interview with me here before.
Is that wrestling?
Not wrestling. Jiu-jitsu is just grappling, no strikes or anything like that.
No, but I thought Brent Freya was a wrestler. Was he ever?
I'm not sure if it was wrestling.
See, I know nothing.
I mean, there are so many different forms of combat sports.
I know nothing.
Well, that's why we're here. I'm going to help you through.
So you did the jiu-jitsu already.
Yes,
that was Brent Freya?
Yeah, he didn't wrestle me. He was one of the trainers there, so he was taking me through the open class.
Okay.
He fed me to Mitch. Now, if you watch the episode, Mitch studied jiu-jitsu for many years, also a correctional officer. That was my first time ever doing jiu-jitsu. If you want to see me get thrown around, check out Sue Online's YouTube channel.
So, I should have watched that before I interviewed you. I didn't do any research. I'm sorry. It's
okay.
But I'm going to go, so we can go to View on Demand.
Yeah,
right?
it's on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
The show's called Game On, where I do an episode every Tuesday to Friday that goes live on ONNtv at 8:30. But if you can't catch it, people have a busy schedule. We upload every episode to YouTube.
So Tuesday through Friday.
8:30 p.m.
8:30 p.m. Does it rebroadcast on the same day? Or
I believe it goes again at 9:30, but I'm not too sure when else it would run.
Check the listings. The listings are right there on the live streaming page as well.
Right.
And then what about? Are you actually having guests in the studio too? Then, or are you always going to be going on location and stuff?
I usually like to do the on location stuff. It just looks nice. Have the practice going on in the background with the interview. I just wrapped up a short little what I called a football tour around the city, where I spoke with every high school football coach, the senior coaches about the season, how things are going, what kind of morals that they want to instill with their players. Those are something interesting I think parents would want to hear too. I'm not just sending my kid to go get his brain bashed in playing football. He's actually going to take something with him, and I think parents really do appreciate that as well.
If you ever want to go pole dancing, I have a connection for you.
Pole dancing?
Yeah.
I mean, I consider that a sport for sure. I mean,
I did it already.
How'd it go?
I went to Pole Girls, and we had a great time. Yeah. I also heard that maybe they're going to be doing some pole dancing in the water.
At the Y, yeah. I've been talking to them too. I know you caught wind of it as well.
I did, but I think you would. Okay, maybe we'll do that together.
Completely.
Or maybe
down.
we'll get a special guest in there to do the pole dancing in the water with you.
We just got to get like a GoPro to go underwater and get all those nice shots.
Ooh,
too,
and then
right?
how about sailing? Can we go sailing?
Absolutely.
I want to do all this stuff with you now.
Okay, Tim.
I'll be
Anytime you want to come on my show,
Not for everything. Not baseball.
not skydiving.
Nobody wanted me on their baseball team. You know why? Because I'm left-handed and I caught and threw with my left hand. So I would have to catch, take the glove off, take the ball, and throw it. And by the time they'd already run the bases, so nobody wanted me on their team.
Well, I was there for the charity event
That's
you did,
right,
you
when we did
participated in. I mean, I wish I could vouch for you, but sorry, Tim.
Well, thanks for your time, Alex. I'll be tuning in to watch you do fun stuff, and I really think it's great that we're bringing all of this back to the community because
Yes.
it's been sorely missing. So thanks for filling that void.
Thanks for inviting me on.
All right, and we'll see you Tuesday through Friday night at 8:30.
That's the one.
And it's called Game On with Alex Parr. And we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. What song was that? I didn't recognize that
Grateful
song.
Dead.
Oh, I never really knew anything by the Grateful Dead.
I would sing, but you always tell me not to.
Do you know that song?
Yes.
What was it called? Oh, I'm so loud when I laugh. Does that scare people at home?
If I can't sing it, I'm not talking.
My next guest, Jamie Boston,
Yeah?
was coming. We opened because we just got this huge burst of sunlight in the green room.
Yes.
We haven't had that kind of sun in a long time.
Feels like.
It heated the room right up. So I opened the big window out to the parking lot, and our next guest, Jamie Boston, just arrived. He's like, "I heard you through the window, Murphy. So I knew you were working."
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
You can always tell where Tim is because you can always hear him. This, though,
You can always tell where Luann is because you can smell her.
because I smell lovely.
You do.
You're so bad.
What were you going to say?
There was a horse that went into a bar.
Oh, a horse walked into a bar, and the bartender said, "Why the long face?"
And he said, hey.
No,
In
this is
France.
true. In France, did you show the video?
No.
Oh,
In France, this horse got out of its corral. This is on Twitter, so it's got to be true.
I saw the video.
Barrels right in, and it's like it looked like a coffee shop. So it's one of those long, narrow buildings.
It's on Twitter.
So the horse comes in, and you see people just like jumping. It's like a cartoon almost. And the bear comes barreling in,
horse.
gets to the back.
not a bear, it's a horse.
The horse, and then turns around and comes back again.
It goes like towards the wash. There it is. Mike found it.
Oh, see,
the
there
horse
you go.
goes. It comes in the bar, goes
Yeah.
through the bar, bucking all the way.
Can you roll the video, Mike?
Goes all the way into the other room at the end of the bar,
Oh,
turns
he
around
can
and comes back, and the people.
That's crazy. Imagine you're sitting there having a beer.
That's the setup for a joke, though. It is. A horse walks into a bar.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if he spoke French.
What is a Lene? Oh, like Lene Fragamini. Lene Fragamini.
I'm a cheval.
Cheval is horse. Chevaux is hare.
Cheval.
Chevaux is horse.
Cheval is several horses. Cheval is a horse.
Cheval is.
Chevaux is
Ladies and
hare.
gentlemen, now that we no longer. What was the show that came on? I hated it. Oh shit! I didn't hate it.
Chez Hélène?
Chez Hélène.
How could you hate
Because I
Chez
never
Hélène?
understood what they were saying. So
Well,
I would
that's
watch.
your problem.
I would watch Mr. Dress Up, and I would watch The Friendly Giant, and then, or I think the other way
Chez
around.
Hélène.
And then Chez Hélène would come on and be like, "Here comes that French show I never understand," and I would go.
Did you ever stop to think when you were 3 years old to just sit quietly? Maybe you would learn something, young man?
No, Chez Hélène bugged me because I didn't understand.
Yeah,
but
for
perhaps
sure.
if I had learned French, I would have been.
Well, you know what, though?
I can't go live in Quebec now. Unless I learn French in 3 months, they're going to kick me out of Quebec.
See,
Or 3
because I
years.
went to French school and I'm a francophone, I watched the show and understood it and was in awe because she spoke very particularly.
Did she have a puppet? No.
I don't know.
What happened to Dear Helen?
Dear Helen.
Dear Helen. Could you imagine a kid's show? Dear Helen. That was the name of the kids show.
Yeah, at Helen.
At Helen. Shay? At Helen's.
At Helen's.
We were at Helen's.
Yeah, we were hanging out at Helen's.
And so she taught us things like cheval, cheveux.
I'm thinking that she's...
What's this then?
Cheveux.
What cheval is horse?
Cheval is horse. Chevaux.
Chevaux is plural
Is several
horses, and
horses.
cheveux is hair.
Yes.
And a hairy horse is a chevaux. This is...
Let's find out what Maine is. I wonder what the Maine is.
It's a state in the in the U.S. Did you ever go to Maine?
No, never.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I heard that.
Maine is gorgeous.
You've been everywhere.
You go to Quebec or New Brunswick, whatever, and then you go down south and you cross the border and you go into Maine, drive through Maine. Oh, the trees, and then you get to the coast. Oh,
Nice. When are you going next time?
you lobster. Want to go for lobster?
I
Want to
hate
go
lobster.
How, you like crab?
No.
What do you like shrimp?
A little.
Okay, shrimp and lobster. Same thing.
Shrimp. No, goober.
Goober? What do you mean goober?
Well, the lobster is like gang. When you chew on it, it's like a rubber chunk.
Get a better lobster. You're not eating lobster at the right place, oh, for heaven's sake.
Well, you
Stay
better
with us.
take
We'll
me
be
out for
back.
lobster.
Oh, we're going to come back with Jamie Boston, someone with sense in his head from the Algoma Autism Foundation. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Oh, I swear, at this moment, you mean everything. In that dress. We can dance if we want to. We've got all your life in mind. As long as we abuse it, never gonna lose it. Everything will work out right. I say we can dance if we want to.
And welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV. It's snowing in Alberta.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Like accumulating.
No.
Like this much already.
Does that mean? Oh no. No.
It's west, so it could be coming our way.
Yeah, but I heard there was a chance we were gonna get some snow.
Really?
The other night I heard it might be a little bit of snow. I'm not ready for that yet.
No?
Oh, what's gonna happen on Halloween?
Did you put your...
Can we have a nice Halloween this year, please?
Never. It's never nice on Halloween.
What? Did I put my what?
Did you empty your pool? And
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. I don't know. I haven't been home to see what he's done lately. It's hard because he wants to get the pool liner dried out a little bit before he folds. Because we actually take it's a what do you call that? Above ground pool.
Right. Okay.
So it's the soft side one, you know.
So that takes a lot of blowing out.
Well, see,
Lots of
I don't
hot
know.
air.
I think you can leave them out, but he wants to take it down, and he wants it to be a little bit dry. Well, good luck with this weather. It's supposed to rain all week.
Yeah, it's supposed. Yeah, it's a bit cool too, right?
And then yesterday he emptied the whole shed out, and then put everything out in the grass because he wants to go through what he's giving away and what he's selling.
Good for
what's what.
him.
And yeah, and then the rain
Wow.
came, so I come home and everything's covered in umbrellas. The whole
That's funny though.
the whole
Good for
backyard is
him.
umbrellas covering all the
Jeez,
stuff that he took out of the
You're a
shed.
taskmaster, apparently.
I've got more for him to do.
Yeah. Jim was outside getting our lawn furniture back in the garage too.
We still have to finish our roof.
Oh yeah. What time? When does he go back to work?
I think his first day of shooting is Halloween, which is so depressing for him.
Yeah, he loves Halloween.
Halloween, Keith and Halloween is his biggest day of the year. Mine is like I like Christmas. Halloween, I don't know.
I love Christmas.
I carve a pumpkin. I'm done. It's crazy what he
Yeah.
does. But he won't be able to do it this year.
Oh.
It's gonna break his little heart.
So he's all bummed out.
Yeah, but I'm not happy. I'm happy because then I don't have to spend the month of November cleaning up
Cleaning up what?
all of the stuff that's in the driveway from Halloween that he doesn't put out. The animatronics and werewolves that stay out there.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
see.
god! The hanging bats and the things and the smoke machines and
Wow.
oh no, you don't understand.
Really? He
Um,
goes crazy.
We've actually terrified children to the point where I've had to take off my costume and go into the street and comfort them while they cried
Aw,
and bring them. Yeah.
you're mean.
No, he is.
That's
just
funny.
play along.
How many kids do you get?
Oh well, see now there's a thing. I used to get maybe 20. Well, now that he starts decorating, word spreads around. We get like over 100 kids a year.
I get 2. Yeah. I don't know if that's a reputation in the
Do you
neighborhood. That's
decorate? Luann sitting there with her bottle of wine in the front porch. What do you want?
right on.
I never got to Walmart. Do you want a peanut?
Here, take a sip of this. That'll keep you nice and quiet for your parents on all that sugar, you little brat.
This is why nobody comes to your house.
Do you
They're
think?
afraid you're gonna like throw them in the oven like the thing. Look, is your house made of gingerbread, Lou? I've heard this story before. but I only
Throw
get
them
2.
in the oven.
One's name is Hansel and one's name is Gretel. Those are the 2 kids I get. Holy smokes!
But they're young enough.
You just
Yeah,
made
the
a
light went out.
switch.
But you
That's
know
the
what?
night that the lights went out.
Oh,
and
any
me.
excuse to sing this guy. Oh, my word.
Are we done yet? Can we move on?
Can we move on? Who's coming up? God bless
How
them,
many times
whoever
do
it
I have
is.
to say Jamie Boston from
Okay.
the Algoma
Well,
Autism Foundation?
That's really awesome, Tim. We're happy for you, and we're happy for Jamie.
Am I supposed to take us out?
Yeah, you're supposed to take us out
Ladies
because you
and
always do
gentlemen, we're going
anyway.
to a commercial. When we come back, my friend who's really nice to me, Jamie Boston, is going to be here to be civil and talk about the
Not with
Algoma
you.
Autism Foundation and some upcoming, yuck yucks.
Yuck yucks?
Yes.
I love yuck yucks.
Thursday.
This Thursday?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yuck yucks. Stay tuned. That's all I have to say.
We're done.
Don't you look back on the big lost words. Don't you look down like a hero said. Take me to the street.
Finally, Jamie Boston. I feel like I've been talking about you for an hour now, and you're finally here. Hello, Jamie.
How are you, Tim?
I'm well. I'm so happy to see you. It's been
Happy
a
to
long
be here.
time. You and your wife, Jessie,
Yep.
you guys started the Algoma Autism Foundation.
We did back in 2013.
Tell me a little bit about how that happened.
We went to a doctor and got a diagnosis, and when our son was diagnosed, we found very little support in Sault Ste. Marie, outside the medical community, if you will. So we didn't want anybody else to deal with that, and struck the foundation.
How old is Bryson now?
10.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wait, so he was 5 years old when the diagnosis came through? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that common or?
It's common in the Sioux. It's a late diagnosis. They say early intervention is better, but the waits in Sault Ste. Marie are quite lengthy. So
the waits for
diagnosis.
Where do you go to get a child diagnosed?
There's a doctor that comes to the Sioux every few months or whatever.
That's
and
it?
That's it.
And that's why the waiting list is so long.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, get the diagnosis, you realize you need some more support, so you guys create this foundation and you start putting on fundraisers?
Yep. Our very first fundraiser was at Station Mall with cutout paper Christmas decorations, and people would make a donation, and
That's how it all began.
that's how it all started.
And since then, name some of the events that you created, Jamie, you and the foundation
Yeah, I
and,
was
your,
gonna
and your
I was
volunteers.
going to say it's an army of people that definitely step up. I'm the only one that, I guess.
You're the front man.
Yeah.
Well, because
So-
you're the prettiest one.
I wouldn't say that.
No,
but-
I wouldn't say that to your wife either, 'cause she's gorgeous. So,
Yeah.
anyway, you are the front man right now.
Yes.
So,
So we started off. We did Sensitive Santa, Trunk or Treat.
Sensitive Santa.
We partnered with Station Mall, and we closed down the section of the mall that has Santa's Village in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And turn down the lights and the music and make it more easy.
It's quieter, it's
quieter.
calmer, it's...
You don't have the hustle and bustle of the mall at the holiday season, and
Right.
yeah, and the
Now,
children and
Trunk or Treat, you started that, and you're carrying that one on.
Absolutely, we're carrying all of them on, but Trunk or Treat's coming up very shortly. Partnering with Northwood Funeral Home, and we
This is brilliant. Check this out, folks. You got to. I love this idea.
commandeer their parking lot, and businesses and people from the community decorate their vehicles, and some of them are very elaborate, and children with special needs, autism, wheelchairs, whatever. If what we're doing suits their needs, then they come out and they can trick or treat in a safe environment where it's bright.
In the parking lot of Northland.
Northwood Funeral Home. Yeah.
Northwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Northwood
Yeah.
on Great Northern Road.
Yep,
And this you do this on Saturday, October the 13th.
that's right.
So it's almost like a dyslexic Halloween. Rather
Sure.
than 31, it's 13.
Yeah.
But the 13th is like a spooky date.
We
It's a
always
Saturday.
Yep, we always try to get it close to the Halloween, so costumes are purchased and candy's available and all
Right,
that kind
right.
of stuff. And
What time of day?
it's in the afternoon. Hopefully the weather cooperates.
Right. Well, at least it's all contained in a parking lot. So even if it's a really kind of rainy, they can go into a car and then get out and go, because obviously they're getting driven there by their families and stuff. So.
That's right, and the turnout is phenomenal. And like I said, it's not just for children on the spectrum. There's children, for example, in a wheelchair that have accessibility issues getting house to house. So people are asked to register, and away they go. And businesses and community-minded folks alike come out in droves to support these people. So it works out great.
You also came up with the quiet block for the Rotary Parade?
Rotary Parade, yep. So the quiet block between Bruce and Dennis, we found sirens and all that kind of loud bands, and sometimes it's too much for folks. And we found not only for people with special needs, but the senior community is taking full advantage of that as well. So
right.
Yeah. So it works out very well.
And then now talk about the swimming at the John Rhodes.
So we have sensory-friendly swimming Friday nights, and then we work with the John Rhodes Community Pool to offer private swimming lessons for people on the spectrum. The incidence of drowning with people with autism is significantly higher than a typical person. So it's an opportunity for us to help with partnering with them to get people the lessons they need. And while we're there, we also spend some time at the gym club upstairs.
Do you?
Every Saturday there's an hour of gym for the kids to go and get the heebie-jeebies out and the bugs out from the weekend. Yeah.
Dance classes?
Elite
Dance Force?
Yeah, we'll partner with anybody if they're willing to work with us. And Elite has it's coming up shortly, where it's a special needs dance, and they cater the dance lessons to.
You tried this out last year, and it was huge success. So you're back again, and it's a permanent installation now, right? This is going to be an ongoing thing.
Very well, could be. Yeah.
And Jamie, one of the things that the foundation does is it provides financial assistance to people, for parents, families of children with autism, people with autism. You help them pay for the classes, because the classes cost money.
That's right.
And you have said that you and your wife are in a position that you're fortunate, but there are others that are not so fortunate who could require some assistance in getting these activities for their children with special needs.
The foundation tries to provide almost everything at no cost or very minimal cost. Dance is a significant cost, so the foundation covers a portion of the dance lessons for them. We've tried, I forgot to mention this.
Go ahead.
We've done sensory-friendly martial arts with Chris Troche.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like I said, any opportunity a typical child would have, or a young adult, we try to cater it to the needs of people on the spectrum.
And all of the money that you raise through the foundation stays local?
100% local, 100% volunteer.
So, as a community, one of the best ways we can support the Algoma Autism Foundation is to come to the events that you guys put on.
Absolutely.
That are fundraisers. And you've got one coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not all fun and games, so to be able to do all this we have to raise money, and this Thursday we're putting on Yuck Yucks. We partner with Grand Gardens. The guys at Grand Gardens treat us like gold.
Are you doing Grand Gardens North? Is that where it's at? So
Grand
up
Gardens
at
North.
4th Line and Great Northern Road?
Yep.
Okay.
And there's tickets available there, tickets available at AutoWorks.
At AutoWorks?
Yep. And also online through Eventbrite. And
they can find that probably from your Facebook page. Will there be a link to the event?
Absolutely, yep.
What's the name of your Facebook page?
Algoma Autism Foundation.
On Facebook, there you go. And you go to events and it'll be there, and it'll take you right to Eventbrite to buy the tickets.
That's right.
Yep. You know how many comedians you're getting?
We have 3 comedians.
Do you?
Yeah.
Now your competition that night is Catch the Ace.
That's okay.
So our recommendation is that send somebody else down there to get the tickets. You've already said you'll announce the ticket number, the winning ticket, from the stage.
100%.
So if you're in the audience and you had a ticket for, you can send a text to your friends saying what the ticket number is. And then you can hustle your bum down there and try to win, pull that's the last card. Anyway,
Yep.
I think it's more important to come out and have a good laugh and support Autism Algoma.
Yep.
Algoma, I keep saying it backwards. Algoma Autism, sorry.
It's all good.
And then you can get down there and catch the ace later.
Yeah. And if you don't make it to catch the ace, Boomer and Dom are great supporters of the foundation, and
they are too, huh?
100%. And we have Porchetta Bingos coming up. So
you're doing a Porchetta Bingo for? Oh, that's so much fun. I called it once as Gina. You know the character?
Yes,
We had a blast.
Yeah.
I love it. So for more information, obviously the Facebook page as well.
Yeah, Facebook is our big one. We have a website.
You do, eh?
It's somewhat generic, but gives sort of the meat and potatoes. But any information you need, reach out to us through Facebook. There's a few of us that will respond to you, and we do our best to respond.
And you are all volunteers.
100% volunteers.
All of these are volunteers. They're doing this for the well-being of our community and for the kids.
100%.
Jamie, so
Thank
nice
you.
to see you. Give my
Always.
best to Jesse.
Will do.
And so don't forget. So this Thursday, Yuck Yucks. And then on Saturday the 13th, the name of it is the
Trunk or Treat.
Trunk or Treat. Northwood Funeral Home parking lot. Decorate your car, bring your treats, and go out and support the kids.
Always looking for cars.
You are welcome on this show anytime. Let me know when you have more things to talk about. We'll see you then.
See you in the morning.
Okay, we'll come back with Lou Ann right after this. Don't go anywhere.
I'm doing alright, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. I gotta wear shades.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher.
Isn't Jamie awesome?
He is.
He's
and
so dedicated.
I know.
He's been doing this for a while.
I love the fact that we were talking, and I was talking about how we've learned so much more about autism over the years and the spectrum. And
Yeah.
I was saying, do you think I'm sure in our history, in our past, there were so many misdiagnoses
Yes.
because we did not understand the autism.
And the spectrum's huge.
Huge.
It's massive.
And Jamie
Yeah.
said, if you look back on your childhood, there were probably some people that might have thought, oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That kid wasn't just misbehaving. There was probably on the spectrum.
Frustration
Yeah,
and
whatever.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Very good job, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you at 7 o'clock at Superior Heights High School for the mayoral debate.
Tune in live tonight on TV. That's it for mornings. We'll see you tomorrow.